Ladies and gentlemen, we just watched WCW Halloween Havoc 2000.
See, you're making it out like this was like a hype event or whatever. It was not hype at all. It was the most boring shit ever. Why?
You gotta get excited for Halloween, Austin. This is our Halloween special review. Come on, Austin. Get hype. This
I'm
show's
not Mojo Raleigh.
the show was so fucking boring, bro. It was so boring, to be fair. it was so fucking boring. Ow.
Like, I am genuinely drained. Like, honestly, bro.
Well, the fucking show itself, if you're wondering, it had really no Halloween aesthetic to it like they used to. There was really no Halloween vibe to it other than the fact it was called Halloween Havoc. Like, there was nothing else really there Halloween wise, so it really didn't feel like a very Halloween-esque show. But it was Halloween Havoc. You'll see in this fucking thumbnail, the logo was fucking god awful. I don't know what the fuck that is, but that's the Halloween Havoc logo they went with.
They were trying to go for, like, it kind of looked like a ripoff of the Scratch logo for D and shit at the time. Or WWF.
I don't know. It was fucking bad. And also, all over the ring and shit, and they kept like plugging it. They're like, Halloween Havoc is brought to you by WCW Backstage Assault. Because like
the sad part about Backstage Assault,
what?
That game has Vince Russo as playable.
Oh, we got to play that game together someday.
Like, it legitimately, because I remember watching New Legacy Inc. play it, and they're like, Vince Russo is a playable character, David Flair is a playable character.
Oh my god.
Like, I'm pretty sure Chronic's in it.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure Goldberg's in it. Like, actually, let me just look up the fucking... I might as well look up the roster for Backstage Assault.
Jesus Christ.
Let me just look at the roster. It'd be more entertaining than this fucking actual...
Oh my god, bro.
Bam Bam Bigelow, Big Vito, Bill Goldberg, Booker T, Corporal Cajun, David Flair, Diamond Dallas Page, Disco Inferno, Doug Dillinger, Hulk Hogan, Jeff Jarrett, Jimmy Hart, Kevin Nash, Conan, Major Guns, Mona, Ric Flair, Scott Steiner, Sarge, Sergeant AWOL, Sid Vicious, Stevie Ray, Sting, Tori Wilson. Unlockable characters, so all of those people were already unlocked.
Dear God.
Unlockable characters.
Oh no.
Billy Kidman, Bryan Adams, Brian Clark, Bret Hart, Buff Bagwell, Chris Candido, Chris Kanyon, Daphne, Crowbar, Don Harris, Eric Bischoff, Evan Courageous, Hugh Morris, Johnny Stamboli, Kimberly, Lance Storm, La Parka, Lex Luger, Lieutenant Loco, Medusa, Mike Awesome, Miss Elizabeth, Miss Hancock, Norman Smiley, Rey Mysterio Jr., Ron Harris, Scott Hall, Shane Douglas, Shane Helms, Shannon Moore, Tank Abbott, Vampiro, and Vince Russo.
Oh my god. Bro, that's crazy that the game came out in October and they still had fucking Hulk Hogan and Scott Hall in it. Like, I'm pretty sure Hulk Hogan was gone at, like, the beginning of the year.
No, he was gone after Bash at the Beach.
Oh, well, yeah, that makes sense then, I guess. God, when we get to that fucking show, dude.
All of 3 Count are in it, dude.
Uh,
And at least Miss Hancock's in it, and fucking David Flair and Crowbar, but like,
and Chronic.
fuck Chronic, dude.
Fuck you. Chronic is awesome.
Fuck that, man. Fuck that.
I wish the Natural Born Thrillers were in it.
Uh,
Why weren't the
somebody,
Natural Born Thrillers in it?
I don't know.
That's an
Why is
injustice to the
Norm?
Natural Born Thrillers.
Why is Lil Parka in it? Like,
I
what the?
don't know.
You have to unlock Chronic. Why?
Unlock Chronic. Is that the only game Chronic's ever been in?
Well, let's see.
Oh, now you got to look it up.
Have Chronic.
Oh my god. Chronic, 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 Chronic. Their
In
fucking theme. Ew.
stop. Stop. Oh.
I'm adding that to the playlist.
Why?
Chronic, 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 Chronic.
Oh, stop.
I'm sorry. What? Wait, no. What was that intro? What? What the intro is? Yes, I've been waiting for you. Chronic, 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 Chronic. What the fuck is that theme?
Wait, why is there a top 10 list about what WCW fans should know about Chronic?
Oh god. What the fuck? Wait, what's the things that uh they should know about Chronic?
Uh, they debuted helping another team win tag titles. Um,
Their theme
the
is so
Undertaker,
bad.
the Undertaker personally wanted to work with them in the Invasion and then fucked them over. That's what it
Jesus
says.
Christ.
They won tag titles in All Japan. What? Oh, they main evented Halloween Havoc. Oh, yeah. Well, we just watched it,
Oh
so.
god, I just came across this clip on YouTube, WCW 2000 Chronic versus 3 Count that happened. Wait, is that the one that we watched or was it like another one? Oh no, that's the one we watched. Never mind. I thought they had like an actual full match.
Brian Adams is dead?
Oh no.
So their
Wait.
final match together was a match in All Japan where they both faced Goldberg and the Great Muta.
No. No, dude, that's terrible. So this clip came up WCW Worldwide 2001 Kiwi and Meng versus Chronic. Kiwi and Meng versus Chronic. Why? That's so terrible.
I just can't.
Chronic,
So
Chronic, Chronic, Chronic.
so yeah, apparently apparently Chronic were only in Backstage Assault.
Jesus.
Let me just look up WCW video games and see what the last video game was. Wait a minute.
What?
Oh, this is their last video game.
Backstage Assault was?
That was their last video
Mm.
game ever.
No, what a oh no. What a video game to go out on. Oh my
Their last
god.
video game was the video game that had nothing to do with a wrestling ring.
That means that was Chronic's only game. And that means that oh, that means that game was well, I don't know if that's because the game was so bad or because WCW went out of business.
Devon, I've seen footage of the game. It's bad.
So have I, but I'm saying I don't know if they would have if WCW would have kept being in business, like if they would have made like because I remember I don't know if you know who Nicotine is, but he's this guy that reviews like old wrestling games, and he was saying that they apparently had plans of making a Backstage Assault 2, but it never happened because they went out of business. But they legitimately were
You
planning on
know,
making a Backstage Assault 2.
I think I actually have a copy of Backstage Assault. Give me a second.
Oh my god, do you really?
I think so.
Jesus Christ. Well, isn't it on PS1?
It's on N64 and PS1.
What do you have it
I
on?
believe I have. I think I have it on N64.
You ever told me you had an N64?
Yeah, I've had an N64 for a while.
You never brought that up before.
I do. I have a copy of Backstage Assault.
Oh my god. Ooh, can you like play it?
I mean, I don't have my N64 hooked up right now.
Can you like can you do like a gameplay of it on your channel?
Do I have this? How much? Did it say how much it was when I bought it?
Where did you get it from?
I think I got it from a thrift shop.
You sure you didn't like seek it out online?
No, I'm pretty sure I bought it from a thrift shop because I remember buying. Yeah, I did. I did. No, it wasn't a thrift shop. It was a pawn shop. It was a pawn shop.
Let me see
Because
how much it's going for.
for some reason we went to a pawn shop and they had this section of N64 games, and they had a whole wrestling section. So I bought two ECW games because I had already had all the WWE games on the N64. So I bought two ECW games, and then the only WCW game that they had there was Backstage Assault. And I'm pretty sure this was like at least $199.
Is your cartridge blue?
Yeah.
Yep, then that's the one. Apparently it's only going for, from what I'm seeing, like between 12 to 20 bucks.
Bro, I got it for $199. like, there is no way I'm paying $20 for Backstage Assault. Fuck that shit, bro.
Jesus Christ. Honestly, what did Chronic look like in the game?
We haven't even got to the review yet.
Dude, there's like no screenshots. Oh my god, that screenshot of Scott Steiner. What the fuck? Oh, the Goldberg. What the fuck? Oh my god. What the oh, it's so bad. Like, bro, we gotta play this someday.
I wonder if I could run it on Parsec, if there's like an emulator to try to run it on Parsec eventually.
But I suppose we should probably get to the review now.
Probably. Yeah, that'd be smart.
So, what was it that it started off with? Was it the fucking triple threat tag team match?
Yes.
So there was a lot. Keep in mind, there was most of the matches on this show were fucking tag team matches. There was a lot of tag team matches on this show.
And handicap matches. Let's not forget that.
So the one it started off with was for the WCW tag team titles. It was the Boogie Nights of Alex Wright and Disco Inferno taking on the Filthy Animals of Billy Kidman and Conan for some reason. Wait, no, was it? No, it was Rey Mysterio. Conan was involved in the match though. Uh, and those two teams were also taking on the Natural Born Thrillers of Sean O'Hare and Mark Jindrak, or as you'll see in the thumbnail here, I've ever so wonderfully crafted these gems. I call them the Thrillers of the Galaxy. We have fucking we have fucking Mark Jindrax. We have Rocket O'Hare, Sean Grutziak. We have fucking Bull. We have fucking Yondash. We have Columbus. We have fucking Sandlord. We have fucking Remora, and I think that's it, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So those are the Thrillers of the Galaxy. Oh man. And if you're wondering why there's like 6 or 7 stings in the thumbnail, we'll get to that later. But so yeah, we had the Natural Born Thrillers versus the Filthy Animals versus Boogie Nights for the tag titles. This is it was an alright triple threat tag team match. The Natural Born Thrillers won. Fucking I guess out of everybody in the match, Sean O'Hare looked the most impressive out of everyone. And that was really it. At the end, Conan tried to fucking get involved, and then I shit you not, Mark Jindrak and Sean O'Hare start stomping on Conan's back, and then they say like Conan's back is severely injured and he needs medical attention, but then Conan had a match later in the show, so I don't fucking know. Oh my god.
Jesus.
What was the fucking next match?
Fucking.
Oh, it was the fucking hardcore match.
Yeah.
It's fucking the hardcore champion Reno taking on Sergeant AWOL of fucking the Misfits in Action. So, I mean, it was your typical fucking hardcore match. Nothing too fucking special. And fucking Reno ended up retaining the title. So, that was really about it. It was just a fucking shitty hardcore match. Fucking like there's not really much to say about it. It was just a shitty fucking hardcore match between Reno and Sergeant AWOL. Like no one really cared. Then after that, we had the Natural Born Thrillers of Chuck Palumbo and Sean Stasiak versus Misfits in Action, Corporal Cajun, and Lieutenant Loco. And once again, just another tag team match that just was kind of boring and fucking not really much to say about it. It wasn't a super long match. Fucking Chuck Palumbo and Sean Stasiak lost because they're continuing the thing of Sean Stasiak wanting to be on his own, and fucking Coach Nash wasn't there tonight, unfortunately. But fucking Bro, also, you know how sad that is? Literally, like 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks before this show, Kevin Nash was world champion, and he went from in the month being world champion to being Coach Nash for the Natural Born Thrillers. like,
Yeah,
bro, literally when we watched the Triple Cage match, I'm pretty sure Kevin Nash was champion or one of
I'm
the
pretty
Triple
sure, yeah.
Cages. Fucking, and then now this, he's down to Coach Nash and doing shoot promos talking about Scott Hall. like, but yeah. So then, like immediately after that, they have like this promo with the Natural Born Thrillers, and then fucking uh. So as I said in the first match, they said Conan's back was severely injured, but against all odds, up next we had a mixed tag team match of Conan and Tigress versus the franchise and Tori Wilson. And it started off as a handicap match, but Conan ended up coming into the match anyway. But I guess really the only notable thing about this match was that Tori Wilson was dressed up as Wonder Woman and fucking Mark Madden was losing his fucking mind over it. Which, by the way, Mark Madden was
Yeah, pretty
severely
much.
annoying once again.
Always is.
But fucking Conan and Tigress pick up the win because fucking Tori Wilson is just sitting there in the corner and Conan hits his finisher on Shane Douglas and he just pins him and while Tori Wilson just stares and she doesn't even try to like break it up and then that was it. like once again just another tag team match that just really had nothing special to it. But then we go from that
That's how all
to
these matches were, man.
we went from that to a match that Austin at least thought he was going to be the most excited for, but he missed most of it. The DNA First Blood match, David Flair versus Buff Bagwell. Now I watched this whole match, and I will tell you this was a short fucking match, and fucking
Yeah, legitimately, I walked up to take a phone call, and I took the phone call about like 5, maybe 7 minutes, and come back, and the match is over.
yep.
And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, so the only notable things from this match was that they said that David Flair's finishing move was called the Blockbuster. And also, David Flair was wrestling in like a fucking black t-shirt and like mama jeans. And fucking Buff Bagwell pretty much just fucking kicked his ass. And Buff Bagwell defeated David Flair. And then right after that, for fucking no reason, Lex Luger comes out and starts beating up Buff Bagwell, and then he just gets out of the ring. I don't know what that was about. I don't know why they did that. But so that happened.
I don't know, man. Like, we haven't even seen Buff Bagwell in, like, legitimate a month.
I don't fucking know, man. Like I said in the last review, like this show is just like an acid trip. Like every week just feels like it's a different month. Like so much changes week to week to week. It's crazy. But up next we had the WCW Commissionership 3-round kickboxing match. Mike Sanders with Chuck Palumbo and Sean Stasiak versus Ernest the Cat Miller with Mrs. Jones. This was fucking boring. Pretty much, Ernest the Cat Miller was kicking Mike Sanders' ass for 3 rounds. And then fucking Shane Douglas got involved and fucking was brawling with Ernest the Cat Miller on the outside, and he caused Ernest the Cat Miller to get counted out, and Mike Sanders won. So now that means Mike Sanders is officially the commissioner of WCW. And fucking Mark Madden was fucking busting a nut over the fact that Mike Sanders won the match, and he was saying that Mike Sanders has so much heart and that he's a warrior and that he's a war horse. Like, Mark Madden was fucking sucking Mike Sanders' dick, bro.
Yeah, it was fucking ridiculous.
Like, bro, Mark Madden was fucking just running his mouth all over the show. He was just sucking people's dick left and right. You know, speaking of Mark Madden, I want to tell this story before I forget it, because this happened. This wacky thing happened today. I told Austin about it. So I'm driving over to a friend's house, right? And because there's a road closed, I have to go on a detour. So the detour takes me down through a bunch of back roads and back streets that I don't know where the fuck I am, right? So I'm driving past a couple houses, and there's this one that has like a shitload of Halloween decorations outside. And so I fucking am driving past it, right? And they put a sign in their yard, and it said, if you want to listen to Halloween music, tune your radio station to 102.5. So I figured, fuck it, let's just see what happens. So I turn my car radio on and I tune it to 102.5, and it's like this horrible quality at first, and I'm like not getting nothing, right? Then the signal comes in, and it's still very bad, keep in mind, but I shit you not, all I hear is, in very shitty quality, "What's up, everyone? It is Mark Madden here, and I'm here to talk about the NFL something something something." And I was like, "Nah, bro, that's not the same Mark Madden." And I'm sitting here driving, listening to this radio station, and legit, it's the same fucking Mark Madden from WCW, and he's talking about fucking NFL games and shit. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, why does Mark Madden have his own radio show? Like, why? In 2022, who listens to Mark Madden on the radio? Like, who the fuck? Like, what? Why? Why does Mark Madden still fucking run his mouth? Like, bro. I can't even imagine
I
what
don't
Mark Madden
know.
looks like now, dude. He looked horrible back in 2000. I can't imagine what he looks like 22 years later.
I would hope he lost weight.
Fucking. Let's test
I mean,
that
if he didn't
theory.
lose weight, he would probably. No, I'm checking right now.
Okay. He probably looks fucking terrible.
Images. Oh, he's still fat as fuck.
So, how does he look terrible?
That's a blurry photo of him. There's a picture of him with Ric Flair and Terry Funk.
Jesus Christ. Is Terry Funk still alive, or did he die?
He's still alive.
Terry Funk is old as fuck. Did you send it?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
no, I just got it. Is he Mark Madden the one in the middle?
yeah.
Ew. God, he looks fucking old. Well, enough about Mark Madden. Let's get to the next fucking match, because fucking we talk about Mark Madden so much on these fucking reviews. But so next we had just a random singles match. That 70s guy Mike Awesome versus Vampiro, and I didn't pay that much attention to this match because I was working on the Thrillers of the Galaxy. um, so what from this match like did you watch?
Let's see. Mike Awesome hit a powerbomb from the top rope and won. And there was one thing where they were fighting in the crowd for some reason, and then a fan headbutted Mike Awesome, and
Oh,
all three, like the referee, Mike Awesome, and Vampiro, started fucking kicking his ass.
yeah, that wasn't
They
the
just
only
started whooping
instance with a
these
fan
fans'
on the
ass.
show. Because later in the world
No,
title match, they had another fucking instance with a fan, and the fan almost got killed by a roid rage Scott Steiner.
yeah,
But we'll get to that because that match was fucking wild, dude. I'm pretty sure Vampiro got injured in that match too because he had to be helped out. Uh,
yeah. I'm pretty sure he landed his nick on that with that power bomb, the top rope.
but next we had WCW United States title 2-on-1 handicap match. Team Canada's Jim Duggan and Lance Storm with Major Guns versus General Rection. I didn't pay
This
that much
match was
attention to
fucking
this
boring.
match.
It was fucking boring. Like it was just a match, and I didn't care. Like
The only
it
thing
says
I... Oh,
something
go ahead.
when it says something when this thing that they were putting on free television, like they were putting on fucking like free television is more entertaining than their pay-per-views.
The only thing I remember from this match was I asked you where Major Guns fell on like the plastic like tier list. That's the only thing I can remember. That and Jim Duggan being really fucking old and out of shape.
Yeah, it wasn't good. Fucking. I'm hoping this is the end of the storyline of fucking General Rection and Lance Storm because we've seen them fight like so many goddamn times.
Yeah.
But fucking General Rection uh, beat Lance Storm and Jim Duggan.
Yeah, and he did a fucking promo before this match where he was talking about how like General Rection was talking about, he's like, I'm gonna do it for the Misfits in Action. I'm gonna do it for Hugh Morris, and I'm gonna do it for Bill DeMott. And then he walked out, and I was like, why the fuck did he say that?
I
Then after that, we had this long, fucking pointless match. Jeff Jarrett versus Sting. Why? Apparently, the why was because the whole match was based on the fact that Jeff Jarrett said that Sting didn't have enough heart for the business anymore. This match was so fucking boring up until the point where a fucking imposter Sting showed up. And then Sting hits him with a scorpion death drop on the stage. And then he goes back to fight. And then Jeff Jarrett attacks him. And then they go back to fighting in the ring. And then all of a sudden, well, that imposter Sting was wearing green. So then all of a sudden, another imposter Sting comes out wearing pink.
We're in pink.
And Sting fucking scorpion death drops him too. And then Jeff Jarrett attacks him. And then a couple minutes later, a fucking Wolfpack Sting comes out, and Sting Scorpion Death drops him, and then Jeff Jarrett fucking attacks him. And then just when you think that was it for the imposter Stings, Sting put Jeff Jarrett in a fucking Scorpion Deathlock, and then I shit you not, a fucking hole comes up through the ring, and a fucking crow Sting comes up through the hole, and Sting just immediately starts beating this guy's ass, but he pulls Sting down into the hole. And then next thing we know, like a minute later, Sting comes back up through the hole with the imposter, and this dude has blood all over his face. I don't know what Sting did to fuck him up, but he fucked him up.
Yeah.
And
And then
then,
fucking
oh, go ahead.
he throws him out, and then another fucking Sting pops up from like the lights go out, and we're just like, what the fuck now? And then fucking another imposter Sting from the rafters goes down, zip lines down, and Sting is just like, at this point, he's just laughing at this point. He's like, what the fuck, dude? And then he fucking beats his ass to where he knocks his fucking wig off, and then Scorpion Death drops him through the fucking announce table.
Yeah, and the guy that was playing that Crow Sting was bald, and when he got put through the table, his fucking wig came off. So like the camera showed his bald spot, and the dude had to like put his hands on his head to cover his baldness. And then fucking Jeff, fucking, I'm trying to remember what happened. Fucking, I think, fucking Sting went to hit Jeff Jarrett with the
Sting goes
guitar.
back in.
Oh, go ahead.
No, yeah, okay. So what happened was Sting went back in, went for the Scorpion Death drop again. The bloody up Sting hit Sting with the guitar,
Yeah.
and then Sting got right back up, fucked him up, and then Jeff Jarrett hit Sting with another guitar. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, Jeff Jarrett fucking beat Sting. And so I guess that shows that Sting doesn't have the heart anymore. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Oh, but that wasn't don't you worry, ladies and gentlemen, that wasn't the last of Jeff Jarrett that we were gonna see on this show. Also,
No.
keep in mind, throughout this whole show, they had this ongoing story about how fucking apparently like Goldberg wasn't cleared to compete and he was supposed to be facing Chronic, and they kept having these segments where Chronic was talking about how Goldberg wasn't cleared to compete, so they might as well call off the match and shit. And the whole show was like everybody wondering if Goldberg was going to be cleared to compete. And fucking so the next match was probably the most entertaining match on the show. Fucking, this was supposed to be the main event, but they changed it, and that's going to be important here in a second, because next was the WCW World Championship match between Booker T and Scott Steiner. Now, first of all, they once again had fucking Michael Buffer as the announcer, and I told Austin, I'm like, bro, they just gonna like have Michael Buffer announce the main event of every single fucking pay-per-view or something? Like, what the fuck? And then Booker T comes out, he gets announced, and then we hear Scott Steiner's theme start. But there's no Scott Steiner to be found. Then the camera goes backstage, and Scott Steiner walks up to the music guy, and he's like, "Why the hell are you playing my music?" And the guy's like, "You gotta go out there right now. Your match is right now." And Scott Steiner was like, "No, it's not. I want to be in the main event tonight. What is this crap?" And then the guy was like, you got to go out right now. And I shit you not, Scott Steiner grabs the fuck out of this guy and slams him down and starts choking him. So this fucking guy is sitting there getting choked by Scott Steiner, and he's fucking threatening to punch the guy. And his fucking, what is Scott Steiner's fucking valet's name?
I think Medeja, I believe.
Yeah, so Medeja fucking tells him not to do it, and fucking, so then Scott Steiner just pretty much just says, "Alright, whatever, fuck it," and starts making his entrance. And I don't know why they didn't save the Tiger for the pay-per-view. I don't know why they did it on the Nitro before this, but, you know, fucking
No
WCW. So, Scott Steiner comes out, and so him and Booker T start having this match. And at first, it's kind of just like slow and boring. Scott Steiner is completely roided up to another fucking level. And so there's one spot on the outside where I don't know what fucking happened, but I all we see is Scott Steiner trying to jump the barricade, and the security and shit is holding him back. Apparently, he almost got in an altercation with a fan, and Scott Steiner like pushes the security out of the way and starts going into the crowd, but then he just comes back. So someone almost got fucked up by a fucking roid rage Scott Steiner. So then him and Booker T are fighting on the outside, and he puts Booker T through the announce table that Stevie Ray, Mark Madden, and Tony Schiavone are at. And I shit you not, he fucking puts Booker T through the table, and then Scott Steiner starts talking shit to Stevie Ray, and he was like, that's your little brother, boy. And and Stevie Ray was looking at him like angrily, and Scott Steiner was like, he was like, what are you gonna do about it, you bitch motherfucker? And when Stevie Ray was just sitting there, and then Scott Steiner was like, yeah, that's right, you're not gonna do nothing because you're a bitch. And then he fucking got back in the ring. Like, I don't know what Scott Steiner was on, bro, at this time. The fucking. So, this wasn't even the most wild part. So, Booker T gets back in the ring. They start going back and forth. Booker T fucking tries to go for a top rope dive, and it gets all fucked up by Madeja. And so, fucking, he hits a scissors kick on Scott Steiner, but doesn't get the pin, and he gets fucked over. And so what happens is fucking Scott Steiner basically Madeja hands him a steel pipe, and he hits Booker T with the steel pipe, and fucking so Scott Steiner immediately, like, the ref starts getting in Scott Steiner's face. Now, if you're the fucking ref and you see a roided out, angry Scott Steiner with a steel pipe, my last thought would be to get in Scott Steiner's face and try to take the pipe from him. So,
He fucking. Oh god. Scott Steiner fucking. I swear to you, he sits there and knocks the fuck out of this referee with the steel pipe. Like, hits him right in the fucking face.
dude, Scott Steiner, like, legit, he swung at this ref's head like he was trying to get a home run at the World Series. Like,
Hey, you remember that fucking,
oh,
like, I don't even watch The Walking Dead, but you know that clip of Negan when he fucking hits him with the baseball bat?
yeah.
That's how fucking Scott Steiner was swinging, dude.
Dude,
Like,
like, the ref tried to take it off of him, and Scott Steiner just looked at him, and he like winded up like he was going for a fucking World Series shot, and my man just slugged the ref right in the fucking forehead with the steel pipe, and the referee like flew back, and then he just laid out. Dude did not move the rest of the show. He was out, bro. Scott Steiner like legitimately might have fucking killed a referee. And then, like, it wasn't
there was
even
no hesitation
and
whatsoever.
it didn't even end there, because once that happened, all these fucking referees and officials starts getting in the ring, and Scott Steiner just starts beating people up with the fucking lead pipe, just left and right. He's just whacking people with the lead pipe, just taking everybody down, and Scott Steiner can't be stopped. And then he
And then
fucking
he goes to Booker T on the outside and, like, injures his leg. And then fucking Jeff Jarrett breaks character, and he's like, Scott, please. He's like, stop, Scott. He's like, he's like, you can tell he's breaking character because he's like, God damn, Scott, stop. Like,
yeah.
stop it. And Scott's just not having it. He's fucking raising his hand like he won and shit. He keeps hitting people. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and then I don't understand what happened here, because all these officials are out there and they're all yelling at Scott Steiner, and then all of a sudden, like, they just start playing Scott Steiner's music, and I guess the match was called off. I don't know. And Scott Steiner just starts walking away.
Keep in mind,
And that referee's still fucking unconscious, just laying there, dude. He did not move.
he ends up being the world champion by the end of the year, by the way.
I know. Oh, God, dude. Like, it's already bad enough that we saw him put fucking Beetlejuice in the Steiner recliner. But now fucking this, bro. Just completely, Louisville sluggered that ref right in the fucking forehead, dude, with a fucking pipe. Like, do you know how dangerous that is? Like, right in the fucking forehead, in the middle of his forehead with a fucking steel pipe. That could have legitimately killed that referee. And Scott Steiner didn't fucking care, bro. No
He
hesitation.
did not
Just
care.
fucking BAM! That ref was fucking out, dude. He fucking hit him like he was a fucking curveball. So,
Oh,
after that, they immediately cut to a promo because they probably had to get some fucking medical attention for that ref because that motherfucker was not moving. And so they start playing this fucking Chronic promo with this ugly green color, and they are like going over the story of how this match came to be with Chronic and Goldberg, and then fucking so the main event of this show. Keep in mind at this point there was only like maybe like 7 minutes left of the show. So fucking Chronic comes out and all you fucking hear is fucking, and then fucking they come out and they get in the ring and fucking, I don't remember if it was Brian Adams or Brian Clark, but one of them started cutting a promo and they're talking about how Goldberg hasn't been cleared to compete and that there's going to be no main event, and the crowd was chanting Goldberg, and they're like, you can chant Goldberg as loud as you want, he's not coming out here, he's not cleared to wrestle. And then he started telling the referees, like, so you might as well just call this match off right now, just play our music and raise our hand. And they start playing their music and they raise their hand, and then it cuts backstage and we see this guy like going up to these officials and he's like, oh, Goldberg's been cleared, Goldberg's been cleared. And then they go to his locker room and they tell him, and then immediately it cuts into Goldberg's entrance, and at this point there's legitimately like fucking 4 minutes and Goldberg is making his entrance. And so the match starts, and at this point there's literally like 2 minutes left, and the match starts and they start kicking Goldberg's ass, and then they start going to the outside, and then like the next thing I know, fucking Brian Clark or Brian Adams, whichever one, was setting up a fucking table spot in the corner, and Austin was like, we don't have time for a fucking table spot right now. And immediately fucking Brian Clark gets fucking speared through the table by Goldberg. And then like they were all acting like the match was over, and this weird thing happened where the referee wasn't ending the match and Goldberg was like, what are you doing? And then fucking the commentators were like, well, I guess he has to defeat both members of Chronic. So then Brian Adams gets back in the ring and he tries to fucking do like a submission on Goldberg or something, and then does like an Irish whip, and then he gets speared 1, 2, 3, and Goldberg fucking jobs out Chronic in the fucking main event of Halloween Havoc. Like, what the fuck was this show? Like, the only entertaining thing was fucking Scott Steiner fucking beaming a referee in the head with a steel pipe. How is that the most entertaining thing on this show? Like, what would have happened if, legitimately, what would have happened if fucking Jeff Jarrett wouldn't have stopped Scott Steiner? Like,
I don't know. He probably would have murdered somebody.
Someone would have fucking died. That referee might have died.
He
I
probably
don't know.
he probably would have fucking head for that fan. Try to find that fan again.
God, you imagine like you're in the crowd and you just like talk some shit to Scott Steiner, and next thing you know, fucking roided out, roid rage, pissed off Scott Steiner with a steel pipe is charging at you through the crowd. Like, what the fuck do you do?
Dude, I could just see him with a lead pipe just fucking running towards that area, and then fucking jumping the barricade and just smacking that fan with a fucking steel pipe.
Dude, they wouldn't have been able to do nothing because when he did it the first time, he literally just shoved the security out of the way and jumped the barricade. So there was nothing stopping Scott Steiner from assaulting that fan if he really wanted to.
WCW would have been fucked. Like, they would have been even more fucked than they already were. Like, they would have been screwed.
Imagine
The
like
amount
Scott
of
Steiner.
lawsuits that would have.
Imagine Scott Steiner just goes in the crowd and just starts beaming random heads in the random fans in the head with the steel pipe. Like he's just going through the crowd and just it doesn't matter, women, children, he's just fucking whacking people in the head with the steel pipe, and you just see bodies dropping and Scott Steiner just charging through the crowd, just taking people down left and right.
Oh god, I can just imagine the fucking that elderly woman from like the fucking Mike Awesome match just sitting there, just sitting there, and he just fucking whacks her in the fucking right in the fucking temple.
Yeah, and there's like, imagine there's like fucking just someone in a wheelchair in the crowd, and Scott Steiner just looks at him and just fucking hits him.
Imagine fucking like they're just fucking women with fucking infants in their hands and shit, and he fucking just hits the woman with the fucking infant and hits the infant with the fucking.
Bro, I could just picture Scott Steiner like telling the woman to throw the baby up, and he's just like batter up and fucking beams that bitch in the crowd like fucking Lita's baby.
Fucking 60.
He would have fucking Babe Ruth that fucking kid. Like, what would have stopped Scott Steiner from doing that? And then fucking like, what if he would have walked over to like the Nitro Girls area and just fucking like hit the Nitro Girls in the head? Like, who is gonna stop Scott Steiner? Like who?
Imagine, imagine he puts fucking goddamn one of the Nitro Girls in the cage. He just fucking like throws the fucking cage off the fucking stage and shit.
Jesus Christ, bro! Like no one was
Man,
stopping
I
this
would have loved
man.
if he would have fucking lamped Mark Madden. If he would have fucking just laid out Mark Madden, that would have been great.
Speaking of Mark Madden, there was one part where after the announce table was broke, they showed Mark Madden standing up. Oh my God, he is so obese, or at least he was at that time. Bro was literally built like Fat Albert. Like, dude was so fucking obese, bro.
Bro looked like he fucking sit there and lived off Mountain Dews and Twinkies for fucking just like that's what he looked like he ate
Jesus Christ.
and drank.
Oh my God, bro. Like genuinely, if you're fucking like Vince Russo and like all the other executives like backstage, and you're just watching like Scott Steiner just assault all these people, like what's going through your mind? Like what are you supposed to do when you're sending out all these
I
security
know.
and referees and Scott Steiner's just fucking whacking people in the head, knocking people out, and like no one's able to stop him? Like what the like, bro. Oh my
There's
fucking.
there's just nothing you can do at that point. You're just fucked. You're
Oh.
actually just fucked, dude.
Oh my
Like, there's
fucking
no way. There's actually no way. There is no way I would even get close to a Scott Steiner like that. That's fucked, dude. It reminds me of when he fucking, that fucking redhead referee that they have? It reminds me when he was fucking in that match with General Erection and he fucking threw him across the ring. Like, that's what it
god.
reminds me of. Oh god, but that being said, that was fucking Halloween Havoc. Besides the Scott Steiner shit, it was pretty fucking boring. Oh.
Bro, I'm making something right now. I'm gonna send it to you in a second.
Oh god, did you fucking turn Scott Steiner into Babe Ruth?
No, even worse.
Oh no. Did you turn him into Negan?
Perhaps.
No.
I'm trying to fucking put it together. I'm trying to fucking make it fit. Scott Steiner's fucking head is so fucking big and meaty.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, God damn it. It's almost done. It's gonna be in the fucking thumbnail. Oh, bro, that's perfect. I'm about to send this to you. I give
God.
you Scott Steiner as Negan.
Oh, no. Oh my fucking God, it's perfect.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I hope everyone is having a fucking happy Halloween. If you if you're going out trick-or-treating this Halloween and you have if your costume includes a baseball bat or a pipe or anything like that, please don't go around and fucking beam people in the head like Scott Steiner.
Please don't.
like, oh my God, dude, I can't believe what Scott Steiner was doing. Oh, Scott Steiner, even though it was fucked up, Scott Steiner fucking saved the show from being completely terrible. But, yeah. That was fucking Halloween Havoc. Hope everyone has a fucking happy Halloween. I gotta play this one more time. Fuck. Oh my God. What a fucking night to watch Scott Steiner. Alright, I'm gonna play this out. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this review of WCW Halloween Havoc from 2000. This was, I don't think we mentioned this, this was the final Halloween Havoc that they ever did. This is the last one, and what a fucking way to go out. Do you realize that this means the last ever Halloween Havoc match was Goldberg versus Chronic? Bro, just think about that. That was the last ever Halloween Havoc match.
I don't want to think about
Chronic.
that, man.
Bro, you realize even if the Scott Steiner match would have been the main event, then that would have meant the last ever Halloween Havoc match would be Scott Steiner fucking assaulting people with a pipe. So it would have been fucked either way. I'm surprised Scott Steiner didn't fucking. I'm surprised fucking Scott Steiner didn't just fucking beam Michael Buffer in the fucking face. Like, where the fuck? Michael Buffer must have got the hell out of Dodge after that. He probably fucking. Once Scott Steiner picked up that pipe and hit the ref, he probably got the hell out of Dodge.
Probably. Jesus.
But, thank you for watching our review of Halloween Havoc, ladies and gentlemen. Hope everyone has a happy Halloween, and we are going to get back to the podcast.